Okay, what page is that on? To be engaged for chapter 7? Nope, the engage, or the embolden, I'm sorry, the embolden. Why do I always get this wrong? So, page 51, page 51. You won't be doing any more reading or put questions into it. So, and then we'll have some time to study. It is clear that our founders believed in God as well as the moral law. How does the preamble of the Declaration of Independence reveal such truth? What's the first line of the preamble of the Declaration of Independence?
We the people of the United States hold these truths to be self.
Okay. I think it's just we hold these truths. Okay. We the peoples.
Carried out by
Yeah, this is the part I want to get to. We hold these truths to be self-evident. It means you can't not know it, right? That they're obvious. Yeah. So they called certain human rights self-evident, obvious. We just know that these rights are right, that the right to life is obvious. Now, when we look at the right to life, we may say somebody else doesn't have the right to life. But if somebody tells us we don't have the right to life, what are we saying? I do. Of course I have the right to life. Yes, ma'am.
Was Anna?
Anna was here.
She was here.
Yes. Yep. She was here yesterday, too. So we just know these rights are right, right? And we can't not know that we have a right to life, that we have a right to be free, that we have a right to pursue our happiness. If you take away freedom from a people, they will go to any lengths to find that freedom, to get that freedom. Closed countries are all, like the Statue of Liberty puts it, they're yearning to be free. Think about, I know this is none of you, but think about a rebellious teenager, right? That's grounded. I know that's never happened to you. What do you want? Everything within you wants to be free, right? You wouldn't know. You'd never know. Yeah, I knew that about you. Never get in trouble. I wish everyone would take you. Right? You want that freedom. Your freedom's been taken away and you want it back. It's self-evident that we have a right to be free, not when you're in trouble with your parents. They have a right to take away your freedom. But we have a right to be free. After reading the conversation Frank Turek had with his friend Dave over dinner, what significant truths did he share with his friend? What's one of them?
That if there's a moral law, there's a
Okay, if there's a moral law, there's a moral law giver. Laws don't just appear out of thin air. They're created, right? They're crafted. What else? If this life is all there is, then helping people, what good is it? Right? Does it have meaning? There's no purpose in doing good, in helping people, or being kind, or any number of other things. If this life is all there is, it's just it's what the bumper sticker that I've seen, what it says. He who dies with the most toys wins. That's the attitude. I'm going to get what I want. One of my favorite movies. I have a category of favorite movies. I have a bunch of them in this category. And one of them is Remember the Titans. And when Julius and Gary Bertier are having their conversation, they're supposed to be getting to know each other. And Julius is saying he's not going to wear himself out for the team because there's no team. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get mine. I'm going to take care of me. And Gary Bertier says, man, that's the worst attitude I've ever seen. And then Julius says, my attitude reflects the leadership. I'm just going to get mine. I'm going to take care of me, not anybody else. And if this life is all there is, why not? Right? Why not? Just get yours. Don't worry about anybody else. What else did he say? He asked a question. What was the question? I don't know that he actually asked it of his friend, but he asked it. You know what it was, Grace? Why? Why do you want to help people? Yeah, who said we should help people? How do you answer that apart from God, right? Who said? Why? Even the desire to help people, even the desire to be kind, to be good, to follow the rules, whatever it is, reflects a standard, right? Reflects a moral law inside of us. And the thing is that an evolutionist might say, well, it gives a survival advantage. All that behavior gives it. You know what? For me to lay down my life for somebody else, for me to help someone else at cost to me, that doesn't give me any survival advantage, right? For a soldier to run into gunfire to save a buddy, that's not a survival advantage. Where does that come from? Where does courage come from? Where does love come from? Is it really just our neurons doing their thing? Doesn't feel that way, does it? Like we talk about in the Keller book, the clue of beauty, the clue of meaning. We all believe life is meaningful, but it's not. There's no meaning beyond life. Okay, we won't answer number 3. We'll just answer those first 2. And you've got a nice long time here. Use it wisely to work on preparing for your test with your study guide. Does everybody have it? Was everybody here yesterday? You need a study guide? Okay, so I'll get you a study guide. And I will give you a little information about the test in terms of its length and all that today.
What's in terms of DNA?
Yep.